At this time. Hi everyone. Hello. Welcome to this live stream. We are going to study a very, old microprocessor, that is 8085 and 8086. So this is the syllabus we are going to follow. The unit one, although it was made by 8085 and 8086 was made by Intel a long time ago. The universities are still teaching that only. And the fun thing is, or you can say the sarcastic thing is, it is still not easy to understand the working. So these are the one of the fundamentals, but we still have to start from this only. So the first two units will be about 8085, the second two will be about 8086, and then the interfacing devices. So let's start with 8085 architecture and all. And everyone who is interested, who is a student, whose university or college is still using the 8085 and 8086 as the syllabus. Welcome all, and someone who is not even interested, just want to see what this live stream is all about. Welcome you also. So this is gonna be the uh, document we will follow, mm, created by one of our professors, microprocessor and its application. Okay, you can match here. In the first unit, we'll have the introduction, the pin diagram, the work signals, block diagram, sub-blocks, interrupt details, the instruction set, and modes. So this is unit one, introduction, architecture, instruction set, interrupt, assembly language programming. Okay, assembly language program is, I think, it is from this part. So let's start. Uh, One of the classic basic questions. What is a microprocessor? You can get the, idea from the name that it works on something micro units and it does the work of a processor. The word comes from the combination of micro and processor. Processor means a device that does the processing. In this context, it processes numbers, that is binary, basically 0 and 1. To process, and in this context, process means to manipulate. Okay, not the manipulate of the human beings. This is not the same. This is like to alter and change things between the uh, 0 and 1. So it is a general term that describes all manipulation. Again, in the context, means operations. That can be addition, subtraction, anything. Okay, what about micro? I just told you. Micro is the new addition, the prefix of the processor term. Intel, there was this company. Let's just give you the context. There was this company, Fairchild. Yeah, it was Fairchild. So this company used to manufacture the gates and gates, or gates, uh, NAND, XOR, these type of gates, and they are still present in our labs. I just was using one of them and got to know the company's name. So from this company, the founders and the employees, few people, divided into two types of team. One team, I didn't know the name. They founded Intel, and the other ones founded AMD. So, and both of these are the leading company in the processor technology. So, micro is the new addition. It was in the 1960s when the processors are becoming small, more compact, you can say. These devices performed the required operation that were too large and too slow. In the 1970s, the microchip was introduced. It was invented, and the components that made are from the silicon element, or you can say silicon compound. The size became thousand times, that is milli, and then again thousand and hundreds times, so it becomes micro. So the microprocessor was born. This is the history of the 8085. The 8085 name is used by Intel itself. So you can see in the 1971, Intel launched 4004, or you can say 4004. It was a 4-bit microprocessor. Then 17 next year it became 8008. Just 8, this 8 comes from this 8-bit only. And then 8080 was advanced version of 8008 in the next year, 8-bit. Then Motorola, a new player was there, and it was 6800, 8-bit. This company Zilog 80. I don't know about this company, but uh, it did some work. And then we have Intel 8085, our protagonist of this live stream. So it was a 8-bit microprocessor. Next was there. Just I was just telling you uh, uh, that in this time the silicon based processor was invented and became thousand times smaller. So was there any ever a mini processor? And the answer is no. From the normal processor, it directly came to the microprocessors. Okay. And so, what is a microprocessor? All these things. This is the technical definition. The microprocessor is a programmable device that takes in numbers, performs the operations. The operations can be arithmetic and logical. Okay, according to the program stored in the memory, and then produces the other numbers as result. So the input is number, and there is some processing, and the processing are operations. The operations are arithmetic or logical, and the outputs are again numbers. Okay, definition continue. Takes in the data the microprocessor have to manipulate. Okay, the input devices are called input devices. The input data is coming from input devices from the outside world. It can be keyboard, mouse, very simple. X numbers. The microprocessor has a very narrow view on life. Oh, this is a philosophical line. It only understands binary number. A binary digit is called a bit. Okay, so BI and IT. So BIIT, it became BIT. So BIT. So the bit means binary digit. The microprocessor organizes and processes a group of bits together. This group of bits is called a word. The number of bits in a microprocessor's word is a measure of its abilities. For example, it is saying, let's say there are 4 bits together. So this group will be called as word. The number of bits in the processor for the word is the measure of its abilities. So it have 4 abilities, you can say. Words, bytes, etc. The earliest microprocessor, 8088, and Motorola was a big thing back then. 6800 recognized 8-bit words. So this word was a length of 8 bits. They processed information 8 bits at a time. That's why they are called 8-bit processors. They can handle large numbers, but in order to process these numbers, they broke them into 8-bit pieces. Okay, for example, there is a 16-bit number. So what they do is, what the microprocessor did was, it broke the number 16-bit into two 8-bit groups. So it can also do function of a 16-bit number and process each group of 8 bits separate. So after these two, there comes 8086 and 68000. That was of 16-bit words. Okay. A group of 8 bits were referred as a half word or byte. Now the 8 bits become the half word because 16-bit is introduced. So the 8-bit becomes half word or a byte. And 4 bits is half of half. So no, we will not call it quarter. We will just call it nibble. Also, 32 bits group were given as long words. So because 16 was the primary, we have to give names with respect to 16. So half of 16 is 8, double of 16 would be too long. So we'll call it long word. Today, all processors manipulate at least 32 bits. Yeah, we know. The versions are x32 or x64 at a time, and there exists microprocessor that can process 64, 80, 100, depends. The operations can be arithmetic, logical. Every processor has the arithmetic operations as addition, subtraction. It is included in the instruction set. Most microprocessors will have operations such as multiply, divide. Some of the newer ones will have complex, like square root. This is a complex operation. In addition, microprocessor of logical operations as well. So logical means the same thing, and or XOR, the ones I was talking about, the gates, and shift left, shift right. Again, the number and types of operations define the microprocessor's instruction set and depends on the specific microprocessor. Stored in memory, yes, we talked about this now. So let's go deep. First, what is memory? Memory is the location where the information is kept while not in current use. Not in current use. If it's in use, it's RAM, but in the microprocessor, it's something else. We'll talk about it. Memory is a collection of storage devices. Usually, each storage device holds one bit. Also, in most kind of memories, these storage devices are grouped into eight. These eight storage locations can also be accessed together. Okay. So one can only read or write in terms of bytes to and from memory to and from. There is a spelling mistake here. So what this means is memory is the collection of storage devices. Okay, and now these bits are grouped in eight. So you have to access all eight at one time. You know, only read or write in terms of bytes, not bits. So you have to take 1 byte, 2 byte, and 1 byte is 8 bits. So you can take group of 8, 8, 16, 32, 64. So these things. Memory is usually measured in by the number of kilobytes, sorry, number of bytes it can hold. So memory can hold a group of eights. And how many group of eights it can hold? We can measure kilo, mega, and now giga. It is saying lately. Now a kilo is to the power of 10. So these many bytes, mega is the power of this as into 1024 again, and giga is 1024 mega. For the user to see result of the execution of the program, the results must be presented in a human readable form. These results must be present on an output device. Now the need of output device is there, so we can use monitor, paper, printer, LED, or any other thing. Now is the technical terms are going to start. So this is the description we can conclude from the following discussion. There's an input. It goes in the processing unit. That is microprocessor only, and output. And it can go to and from memory. Easy. Okay, next. Inside. Now we'll go deep inside the construction and other things. Internally, the microprocessor is made of three main units. The one we discussed, arithmetic and logical unit, the control unit. Now this is new. An array of registers for holding data while it is being manipulated. So I was saying the memory was the data collection when it is not in use, and register is the data collection which stores the value when it is in use. So it is in microprocessor only. So let's just write here. What is this? ALU. You can say CU, and the third one is REG registers. Next, this is the organization. Now what is this became is this is the simple this diagram only, but now this microprocessor is divided into three parts. So ALU register control and the system bus, IO input, and the memory. Memory is ROM and RAM, and these are the register. Okay. Mhm. Now what this is diagram is showing, you can use just a system bus to connect all the things instead of being this as the center stage. So there is a microprocessor that has three parts, and you can lay a address bus, system bus, anything, and you can connect input device on that, output device on that, RAM and ROM on that, so memory on the same bus. Okay, you guys are getting some. Do I even get viewers? Is someone even watching? Okay, no one's watching. I thought I was teaching someone. Okay, no problem. Let's move on to the next part, the memory. Hmm. Oh, let's carry on. Okay, so the memory. Memory stores info such as instructions, the data in binary format, and it gives the microprocessor the data whenever it needs. Usually, there is a subsystem in a microprocessor based system. This subsystem includes the registers inside the microprocessor, ROM, and RAM. Okay, so what you can say, there are three types of storage memory was there, no? Register, RAM, and ROM, and you can coincide all of these three in one, and you can say that it is the subsystem, the memory subsystem. Memory map and address. So memory map, if someone's asked what's the memory map, you can just draw this only. The memory map is a picture representation of the address range and shows where the different memory chips are located within the address range. So there's a address range according to the number. We have EPROM, then RAM 1, RAM 2, and RAM 3, RAM 4. Okay. So the EPROM starts from 0000 till 3 triple F, and the RAM 1 starts from 4400 till 5 triple F. RAM 2 starts from 6000 till 8 triple F, and RAM 3 starts from 9000 till A3 double F. Now RAM 4 starts from A400 till 57FF, F7 double F, and it all ends to 4Fs, FFFF. So you can learn it this way. It goes from 0 to 3, then 4 to 5, then, oh sorry, 0 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to A, and A to 4. And the numbers at the end is triple zero triple F, 400 triple F, triple zero triple F, triple zero, 3FF, 400, 7FF. It's not that kind of important, but if it is asked, you can like write it down. Mhm. Next, memory. To execute a program, the user enters its instruction. The user enters the instructions in the binary format in the memory. The microprocessor then reads these instructions and whatever data is needed for the memory uh, executes the instruction and places the result in the memory or on the output device. So the three cycle instruction set module. What is the three cycle instruction execution model? Okay, to execute a program, the microprocessor has to do three things. First, it reads, interprets, and then execute. Okay, and this reading is done from the memory. Like, so the three cycle instruction set execution model is just reading, interpreting, and executing. To use the right names of the cycles, the microprocessor fetches each instruction. So in technical terms, it is fetching, decoding, decodes it, and then executes it. This sequence is continued until all instructions are performed. Okay. The number of bits that form the word of a microprocessor is fixed for that particular processor. These bits define a maximum number of combination. For example, an 8-bit microprocessor can have at most 2 to the power of 8 to 56 different combinations. Okay. So it is saying you can give 256 instructions. However, in most microprocessors, not all of these combinations are used. Certain patterns are chosen and assigned specific meanings. Each of these patterns form an instruction for the microprocessor. The complete set of patterns make up the microprocessor's machine language. Okay, so these 256, when all of them are used, or 250, 200, all of those which are used as an instruction, when you complete the set, it is called the machine language or machine code. Next, the 8085 machine code or machine language. This is talking from the 8085 from Intel 8-bit microprocessor. It uses 246 bit patterns, and we just discussed that there are 246 possible patterns. So it uses less than that, like 10 less than that, 246 only from the instruction set. These 246 patterns represent only 74 instructions. So these patterns means 74 instructions. The reason for the difference, the 246 and 74, is that some, actually most. So most instructions have multiple different formats. Because it is very difficult to enter the bit patterns correctly, they are usually entered in the hexadecimal instead of binary. So what it's telling is, instead of we will say use the bits, we will write the hexadecimal. And to store the hexadecimal, it uses another pattern. So basically, some of them are used. The reason for the multiple different formats. For example, the combination double zero, double one, double one, double zero, which translates to increment the number in the register called the accumulator, is usually entered as 3C. Okay, so this is just 3C. Entering the instructions using hexadecimal is quite easier. Yes, it is. However, it is still difficult to understand what a program written in hexadecimal does. So each company defines a symbolic code for that instructions. These codes are called mnemonics. The mnemonic for each instruction is usually a group of letters that suggest the operation and performed. For example, if you want to increment, you might not remember 3C. So 3C will be allotted as defined. It is defined as IN or something like INC, INT, INR, something like that. You can know, oh, increment. So that thing, that is mnemonics. Assembly language, oh, it is giving the example. Using the same example from before, double zero, double one, double one, double zero translates to 3C, and 3C's mnemonic is INRA, increment to the A. Yeah, increment the number called the accumulator. So A means accumulator, and increment A, INRA. INR stands for incrementation, and A is short for accumulator. Another is 1 triple zero, double zero, double zero, which translates to 80 in hexadecimal. It means add B. Add register B to the accumulator and keep the result in the accumulator itself. So this is this. Assembly language. It is important to remember that a machine language is associated with assembly language are completely machine dependent. Okay. Machine language and its associated assembly language. Machine language is this. Oh, sorry, this. And associated assembly language is this and this. Are completely machine dependent. In other words, they are not transferable from one microprocessor to the other. For example, Motorola has an 8-bit microprocessor called the 6800. The 8085 is very different from 6800, and their assembly language is also different. So a program on the 8085 cannot be used on 6800 and vice versa. Assembling the program, what does this mean? This means how does assembly language get translated into machine code? There are two ways. First, there is hand assembly. The programmer translates each assembly language instruction into its equivalent hexadecimal code, machine language. Then the hexadecimal code is entered in the memory. Okay, this is the method we were using in the laboratory. We were the programmers which we were translating the assembly language instruction into the hexadecimal code. And the other possibility is using the assembler, which will translate it automatically. 8085 microprocessor architecture. Okay, 8-bit general purpose microprocessor capable of addressing 64,000 of memory, 64 KB of memory, has 40 pins, requires 5 voltage as the power supply, can operate with 3 megahertz clock speed, and it is upward compatible. So let's highlight these properties. Architecture, 8-bit, 64 GB of memory, 40 pins, 5 volt of power, 3 megahertz, and it's compatible, upward compatible, guys, upward compatible. Ah, my head is well. This is not just cute little instrument. It is going to haunt me the next few minutes. Okay, let's see if we will able to understand the pin diagram. The pin diagram. So it has 40 pins. Yeah, in the previous slide it was saying 40 pins. So each side should be containing 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 2 more. Yes. Okay. First of all, this is the what do you say calibrated. This is the front and the back by the name 8085A pins. Wow, it is pointing at the round thing. These are pins. Frequency generator is connected to these pins. The first, X1 and X2. Let's just write frequency FEREQN generator. Then reset out, SOD SID trap, RST 7.5, 6.5, 5.5, INTR, INT. We are going to study all these. Yeah. Till let's see at this side. We have VCC, the power supply, VCC, 5 volt. And the next is hold, HLDA. Remember like this, easy, too easy, one easy, and then some yapping, then some yapping here. So let's just remember this yapping. So X1, X2, then reset out, then SOD, SID trap, SOD, SID, trap, then 3 RST was there, RST 7.5, I think. So RST 6.5 and RST. I'm writing simultaneously and remembering things. So this yapping is over. Now it's easy. INTR, INTA. Next. This yapping. Double H, hold an HLDA. Then clock out, reset out here, so reset in here. I hold HLDA, clock out, reset in ready, input output or memory. Hold HLDA, reset, no, clock out, reset in, and then what is there? Ready, ready, Input, output, and memory. Okay. The yapping are over. No, it's not over. We have S1, read, write, ALE. S1, read, write, ALE. Now you can see that at this level, 11 and 30, till here 11 is sort out, and 30 to 40 is sort out. These two are yapping. Then we have all the addresses from AD 0 to AD 7 and VSS. So AD 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and VSS. VSS is I think it's ground. Okay. Now this is S0 and increasing from the down to the bottom. So after 7 it is 8 till 15. So S0, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 guys. Now just remember the names. We can get the names by the symbol itself. Input, output, read, write, address, latch, enable, address bus, multiplexed address bus. Okay, this is address bus and multiplexed address bus. I'm going to draw it myself few times after this class, so it will make sure that it is embedded in my memory, not my memory, not the 8085 memory. Ah, this is the better diagram. Let's see. Next, no, I want the next. Yes. So, what is this? We have earlier 30. Yes, it is there. A30 to A7 as multiplexed. Yes, it was multiplexed. Then A8 to A15 it was address bus. Yes, it is address bus. Then all these read, write, read, IOM, S1, S0. It should be, oh yeah, the numbering is there. 29, then 30, so S0, really? Then ALE, then read, write, IOM, S1, and here we had INTA, INTR, reset in should be there, yes, hold, here, ready, here, INTR, INTA, HLD should be there, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, trap, HOD, SID, SOD, SID, reset out, X1, X2. So X1, X2, and reset out, where is reset out? It should be on 3, where is 3? Yeah, here, reset out and clock out. Yes, we have remembered everything. And the VCC is at 40. Yeah, after 20, it should be 21. Okay, okay, it goes like 1 to 2, then 21 to 40. And this is GND at V55, 33. What do you mean? Ah, 20, yes, at the 20. Here was VCC, that is ground. We remembered, guys, we remember. Next. What the 8085 machine cycle status and control signals. 8085 machine cycle status and control signals. You guys mm, don't know, but I love, technology and gadgets, but this haunts me. Like, come on, I love Snapdragon, Exynos, all the companies and their processor, but come on, what is this? Let's see. Okay, these S1 and S0 tells the status. Okay, this is the same pin. I input output memory. Let's see. Opcode fetch 0, 1, 1. So read is 0 because this is 0. Memory read Zero. So reading zero. Memory write zero. Write zero. Now there is some reading. Still it is zero because the status is zero. Write is one. One of the status is zero. So it is zero. Interrupt acknowledge 111. So INTA is zero. Halt tri-state high impedance. So tri-state 00. Hold tri-state and reset. It is a tri-state. Zero unspecified, 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 unspecified. Let's do one thing. Let's give this to ChatGPT and understand it from himself only. We have Gemini here. Let's do Gemini reasoning method code. Let me share you the screen of my Gemini. There you go. You have my Gemini. Okay, my mic was mute. Okay, anyways, we just discussed about these signals S0, S1. Why are they one at that time? So it gave me a very different answer. Let's continue with our understanding. Let me just create this table from my memory. So there are three status values as 0 and 1. The first one is input, output, and memory. The second one is S1, S0, and this control signals are there. For opcode fetch, IOM should be 0, S1 should be 1, 1, and the reading is there, so RD is 0. Memory fetch, 0, 1, 0, RD is 0, I think. I will check after this. Then we have, what is the next is memory write. So the first, no, the second one was memory read. Memory write 0, 0, 1. It's R, WR is equals to 0. Then we have, what was after this? Input, output read, input, output write. Input, output read will become 1, 0, 1, and input, output write will become 1, 1, 0, I think. So RD is equals to 0 in this, and WR is equals to 0 in this. And after this, there was some interruption thing. Interruption. It was 110, no, 101. 101. And what we have after this? Halt, hold, and reset. Halt, hold, and reset. The last two was ZXX, ZXX. This one was Z0X, I think. And all three have the same output. And the output is read is equals to write is equals to Z only. And INTA is equals to 1. Okay, let's see. 0, 1, 1, correct. 0, 1, 0, correct. 0, 0, 1, correct. 1, 0, 1. No, no, it's 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0. So 1 is wrong. Input output right. 1, 0, 1. This is 1, 0, 1. So this is also wrong. Interrupt 1, 1, 1, and I write 1, 1. And I wrote 1, 0. So this is also wrong. Z0X. No, it's Z00. Four lines are wrong till here. ZXX, ZXX. Yeah, these two are correct. Read, write. Sorry, read, write. Read, write, and INT. I forgot INT. Okay. Got everything in my mind now. Next slide. Guys, this is going to be a little more deep. Ah, what is INT? R stands for. It is an interrupt request. R is request. INTR, input request. This is used as general purpose interrupt. It is similar to INT signal of 8080A. I don't know about anything about 8080A. So let's just ask our beloved Gemini. What does INTR means and what the is interrupt means in this context? So let's break down the interrupt and INTR context. Imagine you're deeply focused on a task like solving a complex problem, math problem in your programming is running on 80. This is your main program on 8085. Suddenly the doorbell rings. You have a few choice. Ignore the doorbell, disable interrupts. Finish your current small step, current instruction. Make a note of where you were, answer the door, and then come back to your math problem exactly where you left off. Okay, so this is an interrupt. Okay, in this microprocessor, in a microprocessor like 8085, an interrupt is a signal or event that is temporarily suspends the normal execution of the program. It's usually triggered by external device like keyboard or another hardware. When an interrupt occurs, the microprocessor finishes executing the current instruction, saves its current status, like the counter and everything, jumps to a special predefined memory location where a sprawl program called interrupt service routine ISR is stored. Okay, got it. Okay, so it can focus on a task and respond to only that type of requests that are via interrupt and ignore all this. So INTR often written as INTR is an active low, but for the attitude with generally INTR and high, it stands for interrupt request. Got this, guys, got this. So let's get back to here. INTR understood. What about INTA? Okay, INTR is it is a request, so it should be input. This is very common sense. INTA, interrupt, acknowledge. Now you have to acknowledge that we have to answer the ring of the doorbell when you are solving the math problem or not. So will you acknowledge the interrupt or not? Okay, now I'm getting some concept. This is used to acknowledge an interrupt and it is an output. The output you are going to do. Third one is RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5, guys. And RST just means restart interrupts. So this is a type of interrupt when you're solving the math problem and your notebooks get fired, like get fired. I mean, it is on fire, and you have to restart the whole homework because your teacher won't believe that your notebook catched fire. So this type of restart interrupt. These are vector interrupt that transfers the program control to a specific memory location. Okay, they have higher priorities than the interrupt. Among these three, Guys, we have a viewer, Akio Asakura. He says hi, beep boop computer guy. What are you even talking about? Finally, we have someone to watch our live stream, and he comments. He's not a dead person. He comments and he says hi, beep boop computer. Thank you, Akio Asakura. Thank you for watching our live stream. If you're studying something, if you're not studying something, then also very, very much thanks. So this was our uh, till restart interrupts. If in the next exam, if the question will be of interrupts, I will be able to deliver it. Okay. So next is the trap. TRAP, and trap is an input. Let's see why. It is a non-maskable interrupt and has the highest priority. What does it even mean? Let's ask Gemini. Okay, my 2.5 Pro is over. What is trap interrupt in 8085? Non-maskable. Unlike the other hardware like RST 6.5, 7.5, and 5.5, the trap, so the trap cannot be disabled using DI, disable interrupt. Okay. Non-maskable means can't disable. It is always enabled. So there is an interrupt instruction, disable interrupt. Okay. Highest priority. When multiple interrupts occur, बहुत सारे. There are so many interrupts. So many. There is 4, 5 alarm clocks are ringing. There is 3 doors at your house. And 3 people are visiting at the 3 doors, ringing 3 doorbells. All these are interrupts. You are getting 5 phone calls on your 5 iPhones. So all these are very different type of interrupts. And this has the highest priority. It means all these interrupts, you will only receive the call of your father or mother. So that is the highest priority. So the priority is, and are you guys even seeing it, Gemini? Huh. So priority order is trap. Then RST 7.5, 6.5, 5.5. So that is it. The next is edge and level triggered. That is triggered by the edge and level, not the trail. We will understand the edge, trail, level, everything. Power failure, hardware malfunction, emergency shutdown, all are the situations. Everything else is not necessary. So this was it. We were on the trap. So non-maskable and highest priority. Hold, hold on, guys. So this is hold. For some reason, this is the skibbiest, skibby subject to the skibby. I can't tolerate it. Okay. This signal indicate, although I love gadgets and processor, but still, this signal indicates that of peripherals such as memory access controller is requesting the use of address and data bus. Okay. DMA is requesting the address and data bus. When an external device wants to directly transfer data to or from the memory without the CPU's intervention. Okay. So this is like what was that? James Bond. Without the CPU's intervention, it will give the data and take the data. It is on pin number 39. Let's see our pin diagram. This was 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Yes, it is on 39. I was being stupid. I can just count from VCC. That is 140 minus 139. Okay. Typically, a DMA control initiates the hold request. CPU response, but the CPU still gets the notification. Upon receiving a high on the hold pin, complete the cycle, tri-state and then bus, something hold, acknowledge, say, going high to inform requesting master that is the request to control of the bus. Once HLD is high, the external master DMA is now the alpha and controls the address bus to perform the data transfer, memory transfer. And after this, H hold signal will be low. Then again, CPU becomes the almighty powerful. Sometimes CPU loses its power for the sake of friendship. It gives his house keys to DMA. That is the only way I'm going to love this subject. And what about this one? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Got it. So in this, you can say hold. If there is some request that it will not see what is the S1, what is the S0. It will just give its. So, next is HLDA. Is hold acknowledgement. Now the input was there that please the DM is requesting bro, I am your friend. Give me the keys of your house and the house's address and data bus. So the hold is like a request from your bro that bro, give me your gym membership pass. I will do the 2 days workout on the behalf of yours. So DM is asking, requesting the address and data bus. Now HLDA is the output. What you will respond? What you will respond? Okay. Will you acknowledge it? Let's see. The signal acknowledges the hold request. You will acknowledge it. Okay. So sometimes giving the keys of your house is good, but remember the house should be of one room only. There should not be more valuable things. You can't trust the DMA unless it is your family member. Even in today's time, you can't trust even the family members. Okay, give the next is ready. Last input. Okay, this is also a request. Yeah, it's not a request, it's an input to your brain. So now the bro has arrived from the gym. The signal is used to delay the microprocessor read or write cycles until a slow responding peripheral is ready to send or accept data. When the signal goes low, the microprocessor waits for an integral number of clock cycles until it goes high. So ready is like the bro time is over. It's now this is your girl, and you will wait till she's ready to go to the. But wait, if you are studying this, I don't think you have a girl. So let's take some more relatable example. What can be relatable to a girl? Your phone. So the phone is charging. It is not above 10% and you have to go. So you will wait till the phone is above 10%. That is still enough for one day, for one college a day. So this signal is used to delay the microprocessor read or write cycles. You are just going too fast, getting ready, and the phone is charging. But just when you saw the percentage of your phone, it is still under 10%. So the peripheral is ready to send or accept data. So now the peripheral is your phone, the peripheral is your girl, and she's will tell you that she is ready or not to go together on a you know trip. No, no, no. Wait a minute. Not trip. To a walk. And for singles, it is the phone is above 10%, then it is ready. Below 10%, it is not ready. So the below 10%, it is the signal is low. The microprocessor, that is you in both the situations. You will wait till some minutes. So the minutes here represents the clock cycles until she says hi. It means I'm ready. So now the peripheral is ready. You are always waiting for the peripheral, the phone, or the someone. Now you will go. So ready is the input. I don't even write about this. This is to remembering. Next slide. System bus. Yeah, system bus. It is just wires connecting the memory and input output to the microprocessor. So system bus, we have already discussed, it was divided into address bus, data bus, control bus. Now you can just think the details about the bus from the name itself. Address. So address is like going from your home to the gym. So this is unidirectional. Go to the gym. Data is bidirectional. go to the gym and then tell me what did you do, what are the sets. So you will first go and then come back and then tell your bro. So that is bidirectional. Address bus is unidirectional. Yeah, just the signal is just go. So for example, identifying peripheral or memory location. And the data bus is bidirectional, transferring data. Uni bi directional. The whole word is important. Control is synchronization signals like mm, orders. Yeah, it is like orders. So it is a control signal, timing signal, synchronization signal. Control, timing, and sync. These type of signals are control signals, guys. Moving on to the architecture. This is gonna be very easy. So let's be serious. 8085 architecture. So there is a bus, first of all. It is 8-bit. Now we can create this by our own. It is pretty easy. So first there was interrupts. Okay. And the interrupts were input also, output also. So the arrow will be bidirectional. Input, interrupt control unit, interrupt control. And the interrupt signals can be ingoing and outgoing. Serials numbers of the input and output control. Oh, guys, just back. I didn't change the screen. I was being sarcastic, and explained this whole situation of your you or your girl without this screen. So just go through my voice and this screen. There are three types of buses. Address bus is unidirectional, identifying peripheral mouse keyboard. Data bus is bidirectional, transferring data. Control is sync time and control signals. This is the diagram. There was 8-bit data bus. The interrupt signals are here to the interrupt control unit. Then we have an input output control unit. SID is an SOD. I think serial input something, serial output device, something like that. So this is this. And this data bus is connected to accumulator, ACC, register, REG, and another register. This one is temporary register, and this is flag register. Temp, flag. No, this is unidirectional to the temporary register because it's temporary. And these two are bidirectional. The accumulator gives the values to ALU, temporary register to the ALU, and flag register unidirectional. ALU here, here, and bidirectional. Okay. Now the ALU will give the values to the data bus, and it will get picked up from this will pick the data from here only. Now instruction register is there where the instruction set is present. Instruction decoder, it is decoded. So decoder, and then timing and control signals. Timing and control, and there are signals. Clock signal, control signals. What is this? B C D E H L stack pointer. Chalo, let's just copy it. B C B C D E H L stack pointer. Program counter. What the subparts is this: incrementer, decrementer, address latch, incrementer, decrementer, address latch, anything, address buffer. Oh, 8 to 15 and 0 to 7 address bus data buffer, and address buffer. This will go here and this will go here, and this is bidirectional, address buffer. Address buffer will interchange to A 8 to 15, and address or data buffer A0 to A7, and it is changeable. Got it. Ah, what is this? We just learned all these things. Control unit, the control microprocessor operations, ALU perform the functions. Registers are the memory locations which provide internal storage to the CPU. It is present inside the CPU. Interrupts and data buses. All these things are great. Next, the ALU, the one and only all-time champion, Mike ALU. So we have the ALU now, guys. In addition to the ALU, the ALU also consists of accumulator. Okay, it have arithmetic, it have logical unit. Now we had to know it have also accumulator. Okay. Also, the ALU includes a temporary register. What the hell? To merge these 2 points, nah, it is torturing me. You can just say it includes accumulator and temporary register for holding the temporary data during the execution of the operation. This temporary register is not accessible by the programmer. I will not able to access this. Maybe I can because I'm not a programmer. So a programmer cannot access. What about a non-programmer? Okay, so it is non-accessible. Apart from this, guys, this is a way of increasing the words. I, if I was there to write this point, I will be writing like this. Womp womp. The ALU just not consists of arithmetic and logical. We have accumulator and a temporary register which you will not be able to access. Next point. So now we will get into the nerves of Mike ALU. The ALU performs the following operations, guys. The OG addition, the second OG subtraction, the and or XOR, not, add one, increment. You can just say successive and what were the two words? Uh, Increment and decrement. Successor and predecessor. Yeah, that is too much. So increment is correct. Plus one, decrement is minus one. Left shift. What the even is left shift and clear? So these are logical operations plus arithmetic. Arithmetic, I will say addition, subtraction, and these are logical. Next one. We will now get to study the registers, the one we will not be able to understand. We are on 38th slide. We have 160. Come on, man. We have to speed up. Do I even have someone watching the stream? Oh no. We have zero concurrent viewers. We have one concurrent viewer. Someone is watching us. You can say hi, whoever is watching us. Okay. let's get back to the register. So this is the diagram which was taken from the architecture diagram. So this is the part we're going to study now. So let's see. Now being serious, the general purpose registers. These are the registers, the one we just talked about. That does not only have the arithmetic, logic, and accumulation. It also have the temporary registers. So let's see the temporary registers. We have we do not have A. We start from B, C, D, E, H, and N. 8-bit registers. All of them are 8-bit. So these are general purpose. You can use on a general basis. So let's write general purpose register, guys. B, C, D, E, H, L. We have accumulator, flags, B, C, D, E, H, L. Can be used singly. It means you can use one at a time, or can be used as 16-bit register pairs. So if there is a 16-bit number and you are like, what the uh, way of storing this? You can use B plus C, BC as 16-bit, 8 plus 8, 16-bit. So the pairs can be for 16-bit PC, DE, and HL instead of BD. If you will use BD, where will H will go? Will it go with L or C? So that instead of going vertical, we will go horizontal, guys. Guys, I have only one viewer, so guy. I don't even know it's the person is a guy. Viewer. B, C, H, E, D, E, and H, L. These three pairs will be there if you want to use it as a 16-bit register. Now, the H and L can be used as a data pointer. Hmm. These two were being sus from the start. I was noticing it ignored the F and G. H and L jumped before and eating the seat of those two candidates. So now we will use them. It will be used as a data pointer. What's memory address? Means like you want to say that the program is at some location, let's say 2000. So you can tell you can store the value 2000, the program location on HNM memory address. Special purpose register. So this accumulator was not the accumulator. This is the name of the register. The general purpose was B, C, D, E, H, and L. These two can be used as stack pointer or data pointer. BCDE can be used 8-bitly and 16-bitly. Special purpose register. Accumulator 8-bit. 8-bit. There is a, yeah, what does this register do is it will not work according to you, Babu Moshai. It will restore the result of the operation that is being done in the accumulator unit. Store 8-bit data during IO transfer. Hmm. Okay. So it can be used as both the result of an operation and the input output transfer data. Special purpose register, accumulator, 8-bit, result, IO transfer. If someone is watching, even there's a viewer, there is a viewer, there is two viewers. Welcome both of you guys as the viewer. Okay, we were understanding this register types. So we have two types of registers. If you guys are from engineering background and you have exam, you would be cooked. So let's study. So general purpose registers are these six. We can use B and C together if the number or the memory you have to store is 16-bit. Otherwise, you can just use B alone, C alone, E alone, D alone as a 8-bit register. And the HNL, which assassinated F and G, came before them. We will use them. we will get access from them, and the accessity is we can use them as a data pointer, stack pointer. Okay, the special purpose accumulator register. Now you don't be confused. Accumulator is a part of the ALU, like this ALU. It is a unit, but here, see, stack pointer, program counter. So here there is a register named accumulator. So what does it does it? It stores the, for example, 2 plus 2, we have to store the value of 4. In binary, it is 100. So this accumulator register will score in 8 bits. So it will be 00000100. हम्म, समझ में आया? समझ में आया क्या? And the other one is program counter, stack pointer. Oh, stack pointer is different. Data pointer is different. My bad, my bad. This is data pointer. You have the you can point data like using HNL. You can store the value of the data. Like you have to give 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3. So there is a memory location where 2 in binary is located. 0 something something 00010, and somewhere else 3 is located. So you can give HNL the locations. Okay, the program counter is there. Okay. I don't know where you guys are from. If you understand English, you can just comment. Pointer. Ah, see, 16-bit address outgoing and 8-bit data incoming and outgoing both. Next, we have flag register. One of the topics which I hate. In the last exam, I didn't understand this. I just skipped this topic. So let's understand deeply here. Flag register. See, in the last slide, we skipped this one. It was a special purpose register, and that is flag register. What does this flag means? Let's see. In some cases, flags are there to represent a land area, a winning line. What the flag in the register means is there is a 8-bit register. It is named as flag. Shows the status of the microprocessor before and after an operation. For example, uh, let's skip the example. Let's see first. We have sign flag, zero flag, auxiliary carry flag, parity flag, carry flag. Okay, what happens is think like when you are doing a task, when you are doing a mathematical task. So 4 minus 1 will be 3. The sign will be ignore this sign flag. The sign of the answer is plus 3 only. Uh, I draw? I can use a whiteboard, but this example is too short to use a whiteboard. 5 minus 4, the answer is plus 1, so the sign doesn't change. When the question is 4 minus 5, the answer of the sign of the answer becomes negative. So I think the sign flag is used there. The zero flag is there. Let's see parity generator. You must have learned in the analog electronics. So let's see carry flag. Carry flag is easy when there is a carry in a subtraction operation. So this flag register have 8 bits. Yeah, we know. Sir, this is very easy, sir. What are you talking about? So it starts from D0. Now, sir, why D0 only? The flag starts with F, so F0. जो इसकी मर्जी है. It's your thing. You can take E, F, but here it's D0, so I'll take D0, D1, D2 till D8, I think. D7, sorry, because we started from 0 now. So the SZX represent these only. Sign flag. Now let's understand the sign flag. Sign flag is the registered value. It means, for example, the flag when a train passes by, it can be red or green. The train can go afterwards after the station when the flag is green. When the flag is red, it can't. This is a very good example. My brain is working right now. So this sign flag can be used for indicating just like the indication in the uh, trains in the older times. It depends on the country where you live. So, used for indicating the sign of the data in the accumulator. Just like the example I gave you, 4 minus 5 is minus 3. So, we can see the sign flag is set if negative 1 means negative. It means the answer is minus 3, sir. So, we can say minus 1, sir, minus 4 is the answer. So, minus 1, 0, 0. So, minus can be represented as 1. So, 1, 1, 0, 0. Wow, sir, we can represent everything, even the sign with the use of 1 and 0. So, if the sign flag, the value of the 1 bit, the first bit is 0, it means the number is positive. The answer is positive. If the value of the first bit is 1, the answer is negative, sir. So, let's just write here. So, in the earlier question, 3 minus 4 and 4 minus 3. So, 4 minus 3 is plus 1. So the answer starts with 0. The first register will be 0. If the answer is 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So the answer will start with the digit 1. Got it? You can represent the even the signs with the binary. Next, 0 flag. Let me just write the order. It was S, Z, X, AC, X, P, X, CY. So 0 flag. Sir, zero flag, as the name suggests, if the number starts with zero, it's no. Is set. Set means one. So it is one if the result obtained after an observation is zero. What does it mean, sir? Okay, let's see. Is set following an increment or decrement operation of that register. For example, this 1 1 0 and the carry is 1. So 1 1 0 and similarly the answer is all zero. So the zero flag, zero means क्या सब कुछ zero? Is everything zero? Yes, sir. It's everything zero. So it sets on one. So one means every other bit is zero. So it is one if the operation answer is zero, and also is one following an increment or decrement operation of that register. It means let me just ask ChatGPT. Even I can't understand this grammar. Let me go on the OBS first. Enable board, Gemini, copy paste. Is this about flag register? If yes, what does it means? You're likely asking about the flag register in 285. Yes, I am. Yes, the increment and the decrement instruction do affect certain flags. Sign flag is if most MSB of the result is 1. Oh, okay. It's just basically means when there's an operation of increment or decrement. Like if you add one or subtract one from a given number, if that answer is also zero, then it's one, I think. Yes, the Gemini does say it. Yes, I am correct. So if you increment or decrement a number and the answer is zero, or after an operation the answer is zero, this flag, this Z will set to 1. So if the answer is negative, this will 1, and positive, this will 0. If the answer is all 0, this will 1. Either way, it will be 0. Carry flag. Carry flag. Okay. As the name suggests, you must have learned in the mathematics when you carry or borrow from a addition or subtraction thing. So carry happens in addition and borrow is from in the subtraction guys. So 10, 101, 000, 111, the carry is 1. So 110. Similarly, everything is there. So now there is a carry in this thing. So the carry flag becomes 1. And in this 1101, 000, 1110, 011, 10, 01, 1, and this will become a borrow. So if there is an availability of carry or borrow in an arithmetic operation, the carry flag will be 1. If set, set means if it will be 1. So it will become 1. Is it? Carry flag? This one is only, na? Carry flag, CY. Okay, we are talking about the last one now. Is someone watching my stream? And if yes, do you guys understand it? Okay, now we have the auxiliary carry flag. Sir, what is this? We just studied the carry flag. Auxiliary uh, is an aux cable, you can say, but here it means that it will be 1 if there is a carry out of bit 3. Okay, it means this is the carry of 1 bit, like only 1 carry is there. So if the bit 3 carry out is there, it will set to 1. 1 if carry out is bit 3. Let's get our boy to explain us. What do I see, Gemini? Let me just enable it. Hmm. What does the auxiliary, what the carry flag means? The auxiliary carry flag AC, it means neighbor level carry flow is zero, set to 1 if there is a carry out of bit D3 during an addition. Aha. Okay, here's the example. 5 1H and 3 5H. 1 3H. To perform this subtraction, the lower neighbors 0001, 0101. So 0001, 0101. A borrow will be needed from the upper neighbor from here. Okay. Okay. So a borrow is only there then. What is the difference? Okay, difference between AC flag register and flag, sorry, carry register, and there should not be any flag here. Aha, yes. Carry borrow between nibbles. D3 to D. Carry borrow between beyond the MSB. Okay, got it. The whole number gets the carry, and here it's not just a nibble. Then we have parity flag. Parity is very easy. It's just set to 1 when the answer is even, and 0 when the answer is odd. The parity is odd, the parity is even. And you guys must know what is a parity. So parity means simply 1. Let's see here. In this number, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So the number of ones is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is odd. Just this is parity. Okay. The internal architecture. Right now, we were only studying internal architecture, bro. What is this slideshow? So, is anyone watching? We have two concurrent viewers right now. Yeah, it is the live viewers. Is it live viewers? Let me see. There were 17 at some time. Okay. Let's focus on the program counter. This is a register that is used to control the sequencing of the execution of instructions. For example, there are so many instructions and I have to sequence it. So the program counter register will be doing this. Controls. Thank you, everyone who is watching. If you find it, some points new here, so you can comment what I can improve. Maybe I know this is too niche. I will bring out a general topic we'll discuss in the live stream or something. Controls the sequencing of the execution of instructions. ठीक है इंस्ट्रक्शन हो रहे हैं उसका सीक्वेंस को कंट्रोल करेगा कि कौन सा इंस्ट्रक्शन पहले होगा which instruction will be the first to pass. This register always holds the address of the next instruction. Yes, this is necessary. If someone is there in a line, you have to know that he is waiting for us so much time and he's at the fifth place on the line. So just like this, the registers always holds the address of the next instruction. And then while this instruction is being run, the next one, then the next one. Since it holds an address, it must be 16 bits wide. Why, you may ask? Even I don't know. Let's think. It is holding an address. It must be 16 bits wide. Why? Let's ask our bro, our Gemini or Gemini, whatever you may say. Why does the program counter register must be 16-bit? Why, bro? It can directly address. Okay, okay, 2 to the power of 16 unique memory locations. Each byte in the memory has unique 16-bit address from the ranges. Okay, okay. Got it. Got it. Didn't got it. Not got it. Sorry. Street with इतने सारे houses. क्या टाइम हो रहा है? जल्दी करो. 12:40 हो रहा है. क्या हुआ भाई? क्यों? तो सुबह आप जल्दी उठा लीजिएगा. तो 2:15 तक उठा लीजिएगा. फिर तो मजा ही आ जाएगा. फिर मैं कब सोऊंगा? Guys, I was listening to the MS Dhoni, some words of him, thinking about the result never gives you the result. Yes. Guys, I'm learning about technology, and there is so much literature in this world. Like, there is so much good poems, the lyrics, some great anecdotes. If you like, I am a technical person. When I was in ninth grade, I was thinking of becoming a cold-hearted man who is always focused on technical career. But uh, growing a- much faster than you anticipate, the speed of growth is much faster than you think it is, and it changes you. Like it changed me. I was not afraid of literature. I was not running from it. Uh, when I was reading or learning about the poems of, you can say, the poem, The Road Not Taken, um, the Hindi poems of, I don't know the writer, but the stories were of Premchand. So it used to trigger me deep in my heart, but I never thought that literature will give you peace. It I was convinced it gives you a way of thinking, but now, uh, even though after the school I didn't study the literature part in my life that much. That much it means 99%. I just don't think about literature. But the things I learned, I read in my school times, those things get uh, as a flashback in my head. I think the literature, like, it is not just, it gives you life. When you think about it, if there's a poem or a writing or some lines about water in technical and scientific manner, water is just the solution, solvent for, a universal solvent or great liquid for our body. But in the literature world, something intrigues us, and the literature also, engulfs science. I always used to think that science is the part of literature, or literature is the part of science. And now I think, like, whenever there's a loneliness, it is filled by the literature, the lyrics, the words you may have heard from a child passing by in a busy street. Okay, the eyes of the poor children living on the street. These things, according to me, these things are literature. Poverty is a part of literature. It gives you the pain to write. If I was to be, like, I think if I was not to be, shaped by this society, and um, my mind doesn't thought of technicality that much, I must have been a literature person. Like, living in loneliness with literature is living with universe, I think. So there is a saying, I don't remember the saying, but I can remember the conclusion, that y- you are not alone. You just haven't, discovered your part of literature. So never forget yourself, your happiness, others' happiness, your pain, others' pain, in the name of a uh, uh, strong-hearted man. Okay, so this just came in my head. Let's continue with our lecture. How is I am having one concurrent viewer who is watching me? Like, come on, bro. Thanks. Okay, the program counters controls the sequence of the execution of instructions. 60 minutes, right? Next, stack pointer. Stack pointer is also 16-bit register. So in this diagram, this was 8-bit, 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 8-bit. But you can say this takes as much as twice the space of 8-bit. So this is 16-bit, this is 16-bit. It is used to point into memory. The memory this register points to is a special area called the stack. So points to a memory. Okay, and that is called a stack. That memory is you can call it as a stack. The stack is an area of memory used to hold data that will be retrieved soon. Area of memory with data. Okay. The stack is usually accessed in a last. See, here comes the philosophy of life. Last in, first out. Usually, what happens is first in, first out. Whichever is, you know, let's just don't talk about it. Whichever is pointed at the last, it will get out first. Okay, assume that there's a stack of some chocolate biscuits in a cylinder, and you have to access the last biscuit. You can't. So the first biscuit will go at the last, then the second will be on the top, the third will be on the top, fourth on the top, on the top, on the. So after 10 biscuits, if you have to access the 11th biscuit, you don't have to remove any of them. The last 11th biscuit will be on the top. So the last in was the 11th biscuit, and now you have to take out first the 11th biscuit to access any of like the fourth, fifth biscuit. So the last 11th biscuit will be the first to be taken out. So last in, first out. Now, instruction register and decoder. This is uh, not from this diagram. This was from this architecture. We have studied all this. Now it's talking about this one. Sorry, this one. Instruction decoder, instruction register. So non-programmable. These registers are non-programmable. You cannot program non-programmable REGs, instruction register and instruction decoder, both of them. Instruction register and instruction decoder. Instruction is stored in IR, instruction register, okay. After fetched by processor, okay. Decoder decodes the instruction in IR. Very easy. Internal clock generator. 3.125 megahertz. You must have heard the clock speed. So this is the internal 3.1 megahertz and external it's 6.25 megahertz. You can see it is exactly the double of 3.125. 36125 So 0 is not there. 250. So 25. So it is the external speed, clock speed is double the internal. The address and data buses. Now we'll talk about the buses. The express bus has 8 signal lines from the A8 to the A15. So it is a compact of 8 signal lines. The bus, which are unidirectional. The other 8 address bits are multiplexed, which were, remember, bidirectional. So from AD0 to A15, 16 lines are there, but they're divided into two parts. The 8 are unidirectional. The other 8, which are multiplexed from 0 to 7, are bidirectional, and the other 8 to 15 are unidirectional. So the bits 8D0 to 8D7 are bidirectional and serve as A0 to A7 and D0 to D7 at the same time. Okay, at the A0 to A7, you can send in one direction and from D0 to D7, other direction. During the execution of the instruction, these lines carry the address bits during early part, and then during the late parts of the vision, they carry the 8 data bits. Okay, so let's say this is the address bus. It is the address bus address part of this AD, and this is the data part. So A0 to A7 will carry the address bits during the starting of the instruction, and after the execution, this D0 to D7, which are integrated with this and so-called are AD0, this will carry the uh, D is data, na? So data after the execution. In order to separate the address from the data, we can use a latch. Now we are using one medium for A and D together. So what we will do is we will use latch to save the value before the function of the bits changes. Means before instruction start before the instruction is started, it will be from it will be function as a0 to a7. We will save the data, save the values of the address bits, and then it will turn into the data type. From the above description, it becomes obvious that the AD0 to AD7 lines are serving the dual purpose, yes, yes, and that they need to be demultiplexed to get all the information. The higher order bits of the address remain on the bus for 3 clock periods. However, the lower order bits remain on the 1 clock period, and they will be lost if we not save externally. Also, notice that the lower order bits of the address disappear when they are needed most. To make sure we have the entire address for the full 3 clock cycles, we will use an external latch to save the value of 80 to 87. When it is carrying the address bits, we use ALE signal to enable this latch. Okay, the ALE, remember guys, address latch, E was something. So address latch, E was, let's say is ALE only. So ALE signal can enable the feature. Which feature? Latch on feature. What will it will do it? It will save the value of address bits so that we can use the medium 8780 as data bits. Bus. Demultiplexing. This method is called demultiplexing. See, 87 to 80 is fitted into latch. ALE, when we'll signal the ALE, it will turn on the latch. 87 to 80, AD and AD0. Only the A7 will be saved and the D7 to D30 are because see what happens is the data comes here, we turn on this part, and by filtering or demultiplexing, only the address bits are saved. And now it was used as an address bit. Now we'll change it. Address bits are already saved. So now the data will be lost from here, but it's saved here. So it will change into data buses. And now we will not save data buses because we are getting the data bits here and we have address bits here. So it is demultiplexed. And these unidirectionals are there. Given that ALE operates as a pulse during T1, ALE operates as a pulse. Yes, no, 1, 0, 1, 0, latch on, latch off. We will be able to latch the address. Then, when ALE goes low, the address is saved, and the AD0 lines can be used for their purpose as bidirectional data lines. Yes, when the ALE goes low, when it's high, it will be saved. है ना? It's as a pulse. We will be able to latch the address. Latch means it's saved, and when it's zero, it's already saved now. So 0, this will become D7 to as a data bits, data lines. Demultiplexing. The higher order address is placed on the address bus and holds for 3 clock periods. Okay, we will understand with this by timing diagram. It will be very tough, so please understand, guys. Even there are guys watching the stream or one guy. We have one viewer. Hello, thanks for watching. We have two viewers. Okay, viewer back. Guys, two of you are watching this, and this is a very important part of the demultiplexing topic. So I'm getting serious. So what happened till here is there were two types of address data bus, and there were 16 signal lines coincided with each other, or you can say compacted with each other. And eight of them were unidirectional, A8 to 15, and eight of them were bidirectional. Now, in order to use them as a bidirectional data line, we have to multiplex and demultiplex. So, the AD0, AD7 will be of two parts. The A0 to A7 will serve. We will transform this AD0 to AD7 into A0 address lines, 8 address lines, and save the value. And after that, we will turn it into the data lines, guys. So this is demultiplexing here. ALE signal, pulse signal is given. It goes 1, pulse 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So when it's 1, the latch gets on. The address signal will be here, will be saved. It goes 0. The address line will become data line now, and the data lines bits are here. And this one is pretty simple. So the higher order address means these A's and two A zeros is placed on the address bus and hold for 3 clock periods. Okay. The low order address is lost after the first clock period. This address needs to be held. However, we need to use latch. The address 87 to 80 is connected. So you can see 7 is the MSB, 80 is the LSB. It's talking about the high order address, and the low order is connected as inputs to the latch 74 LS373. This is the latch. Latch means this is the this unit. So ALE signal is connected to the G pin of the latch, and the OC output control of the latch is grounded. Okay. Now this is the detailed picture. This ALE will get the pulse signal 101010. It will turn on this. This is the unidirectional bus. This is getting the address and data. Okay, now what happens is this gets on. The address are here. Now we know that this one, the AD becomes A and A7 to A0, and these A8 to A5 were already address buses. Remember, guys? So when it's data buses, we cannot associate them. But when it's address and this one is also address bus, we can do something. And that is this. These two will combine, and from 0 to 9 will go with somewhere else, and from 10 to 15 it will go to somewhere else. Where there is this memory chip. So 0 to 9 will go to 1K byte, 1 KB memory chip. Control signal is there. And this 10 to 15 will go to chip selection to circuit. And on this 1 KB memory chip, we can write or read. I will not remember this. Come on. So read, write. So read, input, output, and memory. So this with read, which gate is this? Come on, man. It appears to be NAND. Okay. So it gets some gate function, then goes into the read input of memory chip, and write and input becomes write. So this is the detailed view. Come on, man. Give me the second slide. Next slide. Hush. Alas, we are going to start the introduction to the instructions of 8085. Remember, we studied that there is 2 to the power of 8. This is a 8-bit processor, so 256 instructions. But we only use 246 combinations. And because the instructions were very, not much, we used only 246 combination to represent the 74 instructions. You can just differentiate the instruction type. Now, if the question in the exam is on demultiplexing, I can explain anything. Okay. Data transfer operation instructions. Instructions can be of five different types. Data transfer. Data transfer. What is this? Arithmetic, logical, branch. What is branch? NMC, machine control, nothing else. And all of these are operations. So we have to instruct. So now each instruction and data formats, let's see. Each instruction has two parts. The first part is the task it has to do, not you. The processor has to do, microprocessor. The first part is the task or operation to be performed. This part is called opcode. Guys, remember. So instruction have two parts. These were the different types of instructions, and now one instruction has two parts. The first is opcode. Okay, the starting part is opcode. The second part is called the data to be operated on, called the operand. Okay, so you can say add m. So add is the operation, so it's opcode, and m is where you have to add, or which to which you have to add. So it's the operand. Let's see. Data transfer operations. Remember, there were five types. So first of all, you have to transfer the data somewhere from somewhere else. So let's see how these operations simply copy the data from the source to the destination where we have you have to give the data. So it just copies. So copy. Okay. There are four: MOV, MVI, LDA, and STA. Okay, let's see. What they do is they transfer data between registers. Data. Okay, is this corresponding to this? MOV to this, MIV to this? Let's see. Next slide. It is not telling anything else. Okay, let's ask Gemini, Gemini, whatever you say, Gemini, Gemini. Let me enable the board. Here we have Gemini, and the second part, explain. Okay, it was corresponding to that only. So, guys, what does the move function do is data between registers from one register to another register. Okay, you have to copy it from the one register to another register. Data byte to a register or memory location. Data byte to register or ML. I will write memory location as that. Data between a memory location and a register. So to and from. Okay. Data between an input output device and the accumulator. Accumulator directly. Okay. The data in the source is not changed. Next, hmm, the LXI instructions. The LXI instruction. 8085 provides an instruction to place the 16-bit data to place 16-bit data into register pair, guys, register pair in one step. In one step. LXI, what is RP? 16-bit address load extended and immediate. LXI B 4000H will place the 16-bit number 4000, eh? The 16-bit number for the into the register pair B and C. Okay, B and C. So 40 will go into B and 00 will go into C. Okay, but it just copies this only. The upper two digits are placed in the first register and the other two is second. So really, just this? Draw this only. You're going to see. Thank you, the two viewers, for watching. Okay, we were understanding the LXI instruction. So, for example, you give the LXI C, sorry, C nahi. There was B, C, D, E, and HL. So, if you gives B, the 40, the first two pair, two digits will be stored into B register, and the other two is in the C. If you write LXI D, so the 40 will be stored into D and the other two in C. And this is from the diagram of the architecture of 8085. Most of the instructions of 8085 can use a memory location in place of a register. The memory location will become the memory register M. Okay, so now what happens is the instruction uses the memory location instead of register. Why? We don't know. But it transforms the memory into a register, and that register is called M. Okay, so MOV M comma B. What this instruction will do is copy the data from B to a memory location that is converted into a register. God knows how, and we have to copy from the register B to M. Which memory location? Come on, man. The memory location is identified by the contents of the HL pair. Okay. So let's say you have to, for example, B, C, these are designated and already identified registers, but M is not identified. You have to give the memory location. So Let's assume in the last slide it was 4000 H now. So let's say it is 5000 H now. So you have to tell this 5000 H to the HL that bro, I have to store the B value from B to M, and the M's value is 5000. So you have to tell the HL. And remember, the H and N was like together 16 bit, yes. So the H will constitute 50 and HL will include 00. So it will understand, okay, this programmer wants to store the data from B to M and the M's location is 5000. Okay. Now, next is using other pairs, register pairs. There is also an instruction for moving data from memory to the accumulator without disturbing the contents of H and L. Okay. अभी तक क्या what was happening till now? From the memory to the sorry, from the B register to memory. And before this, from the memory to the register. You guys know this was the M memory location to the register. From the register to the memory. Inverse. And now you can move data from memory to directly accumulator, not the register, without disturbing the HNL register. And it is called LDX, LDAX, load accumulator extended, load accumulator extended. Copy the 8-bit contents of the memory location B or C identified by the RP pair. मतलब यहाँ पे you will write here like C, B, the 8-bit register name into the accumulator. Okay, you will directly give the C value to the accumulator. This instruction uses the BC or DE pair. Yes, because you will not disturb HNL, so it will not accept HNL. Simple. By the way, what are we studying right now? We are studying the instruction set, na? Yes. Next, indirect addressing mode. Using data in memory directly without loading first into register. And here it was from memory to accumulator without register. Here memory to accumulator without register. Then what is the difference? Indirect addressing. Okay, okay, okay. Indirect addressing uses the data in a register pair as a 16-bit address to identify the memory location being accessed. Understood? No. See, the B and C is together. The B and C will not carry the data. Instead, they will carry the memory location of like 40,000 or 5000, and at that memory location, the data is there. So the HL pair is always used in conjunction with the memory. The BC and pairs can be used to load data. Okay. So if the question in the exam is indirect addressing mode, it is not something heavy. It's just this without the use of microprocessors register. Okay. The register will hold the memory location. Arithmetic operations. These instructions. These instructions. Addition, simply ADD, I think, yes. And ADI. Let's see what is the difference. Any 8-bit number, the contents of a register, the contents of a memory location can be added to the contents of the accumulator and the result is stored in the accumulator. Subtraction, SUB, SUI. 8-bit number, register, memory location, same thing. Stored in the accumulator. Arithmetic operation related to memory. These instructions perform on arithmetic operation using the contents of the memory location while they are still in memory. Add the contents of M to the accumulator, add sub M from the accumulator, increment or decrement M, the contents of memory location in place, increment and decrement. Already we know it will increase or decrease the value by 1. Okay, the accumulator is not engaged here. Manipulating address. Now that we have a 16-bit address in a register pair, how do we manipulate it? It is possible to manipulate a 16-bit address stored in a register pair as one entity using some special instruction, INX. Increment the 16-bit number in the register pair. Okay, what is this doing right now is, for example, you have data, a 16-bit data as 4000 H. Okay, 4000 H. And now there is another 16-bit number you have to add. So the next 16-bit number, you don't have to relocate the memory in the register pair. What you will do is just increment the register pair memory location. Just increment the memory location. 4000 and 4001 will be engaged for the 16-bit number. The another number will be 4002 and 4003. So just increment the 16-bit memory location. So that is INX and DCX. Okay, INX and DCX. Increment the M location, decrement the M location. And before this, increment and decrement the data. Okay, 8 bits content of any memory location. These instructions perform logic operations on the contents of the accumulator NR, NE, ORA, ORI, SRA, XRI. Do you find something similar? And, or, XOR, XOR. Yes, it is. So, accumulator A stands for accumulator, I think. So, ANA, what is ANA does? And accumulator with register. Source, accumulator, and uh, an 8-bit number, a register content, and memory location content. So, you have to add two things, two inputs. The first input is accumulator, the second input can be a number, can be a content of a register, can be a content of a memory location. And you have to add both of these inputs. So and RM means and the accumulator with a register or memory. So this A stands for accumulator, R or M. You can write anything. The register can be B, C, M can be 2000H or something else, and the stored it is stored at accumulator NI hash and accumulator with 8-bit number. So you can directly write the number. Or similarly XOR, very easy. Complement, okay. Once complement of the content of the accumulator is CMA, no operand. Accumulator already has the input. We only need one input in this. If you know something about analog and digital electronics, you must know that for complement you only need one input, so CMA. And that input is already present in accumulator, so no operand. Rotate, okay. What rotate means? There is the 8-bit register like this: 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So now, if you type RLC, the bit 7 goes to bit 0, and the carry flag. So bit 7 was the here. It will go to 0. So the 0 will go to at the last. So it will become 1010 1010. RAL left through the carry. Oh, okay. Bit 7 goes to bit 0 and it gets operated with carry flag, and that operation is AND. And RAL is when the accumulator rotates and the bit 7 value goes to carry, and the carry goes to bit 0. RC, rotate the accumulator right. Bit 0 goes to bit 7 and the carry flag RAR. Bit goes to the carry and carry goes to the bit. Bit 0 goes to the carry and carry goes to the bit. Oh, okay. Got it. RLC versus RAL. RLC versus RAL. Bit 7 goes to bit 0 and gets operated with carry flag as AND operation. And here bit 7 goes to carry and then carry goes to bit 0. See, this is the RFC. Bit 7 goes to 0 and the carry flag is there. RLC. And the carry flag. Okay, both. It goes to both. And in RAL, it goes to carry flag and the carry flag goes to bit 0. Similarly, RRC, the directions will be here and here. And the arrows will be interchanged. Compare. Compare the contents of a register CMP with what? Or memory with the contents of accumulator. Okay, accumulator is one of the inputs. The other input can be registered on memory location. Okay. CPI, content with accumulator with any number. Branch operation, two types, unconditional branch, conditional branch. Go to a new location no matter what. Go to a new location if the condition is true. Okay, these instructions are very important. Branch operation instructions. JMP, jump to the address to the address. ठीक है. Call. Jump to the address specified but treat it as a subroutine. Jump but treat as subroutine. RET. Return from subroutine. Return from subroutine. The addresses supplied to all branch operations must be 16-bit. Okay, so JMP, after this, the address should be a 16-bit, like BC or 16-bit memory location. Conditional branch. Uh, Go to a new location if a specified condition is met. Go JZ goes to address specified if the zero flag is set. Zero flag is not set. Carry flag is set. Carry flag is not set. Sign flag is set. Oh, sign flag is not set. JM goes to the address if sign flag is set. Okay, minus and plus. Okay, it is from minus and plus. So got it, got it. Machine control HLT. Stop executing the program, guys. Stop executing. NOR, NOP. No operation. Exactly as it says. Do nothing. Usually Used for delay or to replace instruction during debugging. Okay. Operand types. There are different ways for specifying the operand. There may not be an operand, implied operand. Yes, we know this does not need any operand. 8-bit number operand, immediate data, ADI. Internal register, yes, B. Operand may be 16-bit, yes, LDA. Instruction size. Depending on the operand type, the instruction may have different sizes. It will occupy a different number of memory bytes. Typically, all instruction 1 byte only. The exception is any instruction that contains immediate data or memory address. So, immediate data and memory address. Immediate data use 2 bytes and memory address 3 bytes. Instruction with immediate data. MVI A2. MVI was move. Let me just see from my notes. Data byte to register or memory location. So data byte to register. So 32 to A. So directly, not from the memory location. This number is 32 only. The input is only 32, not the location. So MVI A and operand is 32. Binary code. Huh? What is this? MVI A will be 0011 3E. And the binary code for 32 is this 2 and 110 So this is correct. And how is this MVIA? We can't learn this. So this is 2 byte. Addressing modes. Is there something else we forgot? No. The microprocessor has different ways to specifying the data for the instruction. These are called addressing modes. What are you even yapping about, bro? The microprocessor has different ways of specifying the data for the instruction. These are called the modes. Therefore, have 4 modes. Come on, we just talked about that. Implied, no need of a location or memory location or data. Then we have immediate. Then we have direct from the memory location and indirect from a register. Load the accumulator with contents of the memory location whose pair is stored at pair BC. So it is coming from BC to accumulator. Memory location 4000 to accumulator. 45 number in register B. Nothing, just the accumulator. Wait a minute, if this is the CM, then what is compare? CM is complement, then what was compare? Compare CMP, okay. Data formats. An 8-bit microprocessor data can be represented in 4 formats. ASCII, the BCD, signed integer, unsigned integer. ASCII, BCD, signed, unsigned, Z. Z means integer. So it is important to recognize that the microprocessor deals with 0 and 1. It deals with the values of strings of bit. It is the job of the user to add a meaning to this string. Okay. Assume the accumulator contains the following value 0100 There are 4 ways of reading this value. It is an unsigned integer. Unsigned. Unsigned. So this means just treat it as an integer. The equivalent is 65. If it is a number expressed in BCD, so BCD it will become 41. Integer it will become uh, how it will become 65. Oh, okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 to the power of 6, it will be 64 plus 1, 65. BCD will be 40 and 1, 41. ASCII representation of a letter That will become the X letter A. It is a string of 0 where 0th and 6th bits are set to 1. 53. I squared word. Yes, we know. What are you even yapping about? I know this. I know this. Know this. Timing diagram, guys, one of the most important thing. Someone is watching me or not? Oh, we have four concurrent viewers, three concurrent viewers. You guys mean a lot, guys. Thanks. So let's understand the timing diagram. Timing diagram. Remember, when we were talking about the pulse thing, the ALE. Okay, and it saves from the address and data bus AD0, AD7. That is where we will study the timing diagram. Timing comes from this. Okay, again, are you ready? Three, two, one. It's looking like we have seen this. This is not timing diagram. The ALU was there, instruction decoder plus instruction. Something else was there. Instruction unit, instruction designer. Let me see. Instruction register. Instruction register. Instruction decoder was there. Control logic was there. The whole register. This was there. Address was there. This is the memory location. Remember. And we will feed. This is easy. Yeah, guys, welcome the timing diagram. This is one of the diagrams which was asked in my exam, and I was not able to do because I was taking the exam lightly. If I studied like this, like I'm studying right now, I would have scored much better. So you guys can take a look at this timing diagram. I will just take a short water break. What is it? A diagram of a device? Description automatically generated? You are very wrong, brother. Recognize text. Let's give you some work. Asking was you can I copy this diagram and give it to Gemini? Yes, I can. So what I'll do is I will enable the board here and the Gemini will just explain this diagram as I have to. I know it is confirmed in exam and teach like I will never forget and will be able to draw my own. Thanks, regards, your student and owner. Guys, till then you can understand I'm just taking a break. So this is the explanation. We will look at it, but till then you can watch the timing diagram and try to understand it. Ah, so this is a short break. Let me just do one thing.